Say prior. Oh, I just realized I was using the higher priority for workplace and not high priority for building. There we go. Now it's finishing. Okay, so now they should start planting wheat. Your city is very well organized. I'm sure some people could do a lot better than this. But it works for me. Yeah, there's a few simple things, like I've got to keep all the stuff that requires power connected, stuff like that. Other than that, it's kind of whatever. Like, this could be nicer, but oh well. Oh wow, that was fast. The whole wheat field's already planted.
Good morning, good sir. I hope the throat is slowly feeling better. I like city and farm building games. And who doesn't like beavers? Thanks as always for all the great content. Cheers. Matigo matey go cafe.
Thank you, Madigan. Appreciate the support, buddy. Thank you so much. I'm still working on the recovery, but, you know, every day a little bit. Okay, we have finished making Contamination Sensor 2, which is over here. And if this works, if it detects a bad tide, it should automatically open this gate and you know what? No, that's a problem. I just thought of it. I just thought of a situation where that could be bad. Okay, so chat, picture this. Bad tide water comes in, sensor picks it up, it immediately changes the gates. Fantastic. But then the bad tide ends. The clean water comes in, but this area is still full of bad tide. It hasn't drained out yet. This detects clean water, immediately opens the gates, bad tide floods the city. So we actually need the bad tide. Okay, so I was actually right the first time. The bad tide sensor needs to be closer to the gate. Ideally, have one sensor next to each gate, controlling that gate, rather than one control them all. For now, I'm going to go back to the closer one. I see you're using sensors. I'm trying to figure it out right now for the first time. The tower continues. The automation is scary to me. I'm still learning, but so far it's just a lot simpler than like Factorio. Okay, so when this finishes growing wheat, we are going to need a storage for the wheat. And then we'll need another grist mill. for making wheat flour. Then we'll need another bakery for making normal bread. And we'll need a storage for holding wheat flour. Okay. Water's good, food's okay. I think it might be safe to make more beavers. So we'll expand the housing area a little bit. Might make a new rooftop terrace here, get rid of this one, and then build up these roofs. Monk is doing the Soviet solution for worker housing. The other beaver faction, the Iron Teeth, they have a, like, their whole thing is just work hard, work hard. And their housing is like a barracks. It fits like 60 people in it. They don't even giggity giggity goo. They just have like breeding pods. Bad tide. Didn't know there's different flavors of beavers. Yeah, there's two. Now I would say like 2/3 of the buildings in the game can be built by both factions, but like 1/3 of the buildings is like different for each one. This faction has better farms. These are the folktales, and they work better like with nature, right? Like they're better at you know, keeping like working with the land type of thing. The Iron Teeth are more like you just use the land for whatever we need, you know, just rip it apart if they have to. They're more industrialized. Why are you building a tower? There's a thing called a gravity battery. The way it works is excess power lifts the battery up. Then when you're not bringing power in, the battery slowly falls back down, and as it turns the cable, it generates the power it was holding. The higher up you build it, the more power it can hold. I'm making a massive tower to cover the top with gravity batteries so that we have power even when there's outages. Let's make a new save. So I want to let the bad tide hit the sensor and see how well it behaves. this point, I'm just wondering, when am I going to hit the ceiling of the game? I've never built up this high before. Okay, so hold on. We're going to make a save here. And I'm not going to do the gates manually, and we're going to see if they happen the way I want them to. So there's the sensor. Okay. Some is getting through there before the sensor is tripped. So the sensor needs to be over here. Okay. All right. So I'll need to do this one manually and then make changes. Like I said, I think the ideal is to have one sensor at every gate that's just for that gate. Okay, so like there's a sensor there, so I can say like sensor 1, when it sees bad tide, open this gate. That's fine. This one though, this one, turn off automation and just close it right now. And then over here, turn off automation for that one. And open that. It still hasn't... Is it open right now? It's, yeah, it still hasn't hit 5%.
An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Sphincter Goblin.
What the heck? Let's say greater than or equal to 2%. There we go. Disgusting. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Welcome. Cannot be built at that height. Oh boy. Okay, hold on a second. Is that the roof? If that's the case, then I think we need to... Then I think that's the top. Eventually, we'll get rid of that gravity battery and rebuild it much higher up, but that's going to take some time. Does the battery have to be connected? Yes. Yes, it does. This thing right here is the connection. I see the battery is moving right now. Oh no, cannot be built at that height. No, that's too tall also? Crap. Gotta figure out the right height for it. Okay, this is just for a quick test. Cannot be built at that height. Are you serious? Okay, so that stair is still too tall. There, okay. That appears to be the highest height that it can go. Actually, I think that was correct. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. The copy paste could be a little better. I wish like in the game you could just like once the how can I say this? Once you build like 1 or 2 floors, you could just like copy paste the whole thing over and over and over. You need an After Dark compilation of the disgusting subgifts. I don't know that I do. We are out of logs. I can't imagine why. Don't know what's happening with all our timber. Oh nice, the wind is recharging the battery a little bit. Now it's getting used up again. Can you dig a hole for the gravity battery? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can lower the ground until you get to bedrock. You can, so I could lower it like 1 or 2 tiles. But the bad tide's almost over. I could also, just for during bad tide, not during droughts, but during bad tides, I could put some water wheels over here and connect them. Okay, bad tide has ended. Once the Pepsi gets out of here, I need to mess with the gates again. Okay. And let's close that. I got some pooled there. Not much I can do about that right now, though. See, water's coming. There we go. Okay. Oof. Maybe you could automate water level control of the gates. Possibly. I haven't learned how to do that yet. Like, different sensors, there's lever, relay, perform a simple logical operation on its input signals. Flow sensor, measures water flow below its arm. Depth sensor, so it could maybe do like a depth sensor here, and it's like if this water's too low, mess with this gate. I have to do some experimentation with it. Try that out. This is ready to blow. I believe sunflower seeds is still what we have the least of. So I'll do that for now. Oh, I just realized. If I run water around here, it's actually going to just go straight into the farm. Okay. I made a little mistake there. Where's the thing that's just a solid block? Blocks water completely. You can build on top of it. Okay, that should work. So if water comes through there, it doesn't flood everything. What does this require to build? Just logs, okay. Okay, so depth sensor 1. Threshold. So if it is less than 0.5, it turns on. So this thing, depth sensor. See, this is not what I need, because I could say if it's less than 0.5 to go to a different height, right? But the thing is through a drought, I have to open this a little more, little more, little more, little more, little more. This just has 2 settings. So unfortunately, that's not going to help me automate that. Measure the downstream depth. The height of floodgates is best suited to regulate the water height behind upstream of it. Wait, what? Like this is downstream of me. Do you mean upstream? But even still, I basically need it. Basically, what I need is if this is dried out, let in a little bit. Some wheat's ready. Sounds like you need a sensor to monitor downstream depth. Again, what I need is like basically anytime there's not enough water here, open this another half meter. Repeat until the problem is solved. We're not using just 2 settings here. We're using 20 settings here. You're describing a fill valve? I don't see that. Landscaping. One-way outlet that regulates the downstream water level. Other buildings can be built on top. Do I need to destroy one of these to build it? It needs to see the lowest water level, so it must be near the ledge or below to work.